Next, Mr. Yongchao Wang will be addressed by Dr. Dams.
Yongchao. Oh, now I can read it, yeah. Well, that's the best you can have, right? Since the beginning of the year, you've worked at FEI, which is now part of Thermo Fisher Scientific. And it makes transmission electron microscopes that can produce amazing pictures of very small details, all the way down to individual atoms. Not surprisingly, such a complicated device is controlled by a lot of software. And the software itself is equally complicated. To keep it in good shape, it needs to get quite a bit of attention. Let's think of the software as if it were a person, called TEM, for Transmission Electron Microscope. For about 10 months, you helped to care for TEM. Your supervisor, Pepijn Kramer, had lived in the same house as TEM for about 70 years. He told you a lot of the things that he knew about TEM. And for your first assignment, you had to get to know TEM yourself. Unfortunately, sometime in April, Pepijn had to leave the house for a while, and I was asked to supervise you while he would be absent. Now, I wasn't exactly close to TEM. I was more like the person that lives a few blocks away down the street, and I surely didn't know this TEM guy as well as Pepijn did. Meanwhile, you had started a second assignment for which Pepijn had asked you to do a comparison of therapies that might help TEM. You conducted some research into promising medications, and based on your findings, you chose one medicine and tried it out. TEM responded well, but the medicine didn't completely cure him. For a while, you considered actually altering the composition of the medicine itself in order to customize it to TEM's particular situation. But I was concerned that would take too much time, so I tried and managed to talk you out of it. Instead, I suggested a third assignment. And the suggested approach was to take pictures of TEM, showing what he actually looks like, and to put those pictures alongside sketches of what we wanted him to look instead. Now, that might actually be go quite a bit too far if we were talking about a real person, but luckily TEM is a piece of software. However, the results of this picture comparison were still quite confronting. And actually, the good thing is that they show more precisely which direction to take in setting up our next improvement program for TEM. So we're going to start our next project based on the results of what you have achieved. Yongchao, I think you agree with me if I say that it hasn't been easy working in such a dynamic environment on a number of quite open-ended assignments. And even if you got advice, so-called wise words, it could still be tough. For example, how on earth do you start to change yourself when you're being told to be more confident? Now, yet you demonstrated that you are able to expand your comfort zone and to learn. So let me end with some more wise words that summarize nicely what you have started doing. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. And I wish you all your best in your travels, and congratulations.